something. I'm running to war something. Gas low but broke, the gas with me if you tryna blow something. Said I'm riding with else dirty, so I'm getting little with patrol coming. No speak, we don't know nothing.
Taste Of welcomes those who impact the world of music, fashion, and culture to a platform that honors their creativity and highlights their voice. Our goal is clear. Illuminate the light shining within the guests that enter our space, giving you a taste of their creative process. If you follow hip-hop here in Chicago, today, our guest is a star on the rise that needs little introduction. His highly anticipated album, De La Creme 2, was listed among Chicago Tribune's top 10 albums of 2018, with cosigns from publications such as XXL, Fake Shore Drive, Pigeons and Planes, Lyrical Lemonade, and more. Our guest today is on the radar to become the next breakout artist in Chicago and throughout this country. It is my pleasure to bring to you A Taste Of Femdot. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. That was cool.
We went through it, man. As always, I'm the Kid Phrase.
It's whatever.
Jasmine Janine.
And we are your hosts for the day. So to break the ice, get things moving, I'd just like to start, man. Again, thank you for joining us. We know it's a Saturday morning. Appreciate you getting up. Tell us how you got started, man.
So I got started, my older brother used to rap when I was like 6 years old, and he like introduced the whole family to hip hop. And from there, you know, you want to be like your older brother. So that's kind of my earliest introduction. Like, it's jumping on the couch while Biggie playing My Mama Not Home. So that's kind of where it started. And from there, like, I was a part of this community center called Family Focus, and recorded my first song at like 6 or whatever. They had me write it down.
6 years old, you recorded your first song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Early age.
Yeah.
What did you use to record this song?
They had a little like they had a little makeshift studio. Like, my big homie had a makeshift studio in his crib, which is probably a very nice studio now. But
Spit
at
some
that
baby
time,
bars, man.
Yeah, no, it was valid. You know what I mean? The song was called "What You Want to Be When You Grow Up." So I was talking about what I wanted to be when I grew up. You feel me? It was lit.
Which was what?
You know, I had options there. You know what I mean? So I think I put a Seinfeld reference in there. I was really proud of myself.
You were 6 years old watching Seinfeld?
We had no choice. Whatever was on the TV, I'm like, who gonna change the channel? I'm the youngest. Like,
Good
I
point.
can't get the remote. I'm the youngest. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
did you and your brother collab a little bit?
no, we've actually never collabed on a record. By the time I really started rapping, he stopped. So I took the energy from him.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. But he gave it to you originally.
Right. So shout out, bro.
So your brother was a big influence in your life growing up?
Oh, huge. Yeah, my siblings like are huge. Like, my sister, she's an amazing human being in her own right. It's kind of crazy, but she also like used to sing like Monica to me while I went to sleep, and like you know, like my lullabies was like SWV and like.
So you're the youngest, huh?
Yeah.
You can tell, yeah. So you had two big siblings looking out for you.
Yeah,
That's
well,
love,
three.
bro.
I got a brother who taught me how to dress and how to act, and you know, make sure I talk to girls the right way.
Okay.
So they're my dogs.
So, as we said, safe to say your siblings were a big influence. How about musically? Your style is unique. Again, I listened to De La Creme just yesterday 2 times through, and I loved it. It was a great piece of work. From your style and growing up, who did you listen to that inspired you?
Hove was the initial, and like the catalyst. Little Brother was also like
interesting.
Chillin' Circuit was the second CD I got behind Reasonable Doubt, and then I kind of dived in from there. So anywhere from like DMX to Nas to Mobb Deep to Tribe to like.
So you was very East Coast, because everybody you just named was New York.
Yeah, but I also have a love for Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne. Growing up, obviously Lil Wayne was the hottest person on the entire planet. So you feel me? I messed up my mom's computer with LimeWire.
We all did that at some point. Napster was the OG.
Yeah, sent her computer to the moon. But yeah, so a lot of Wayne too, and then but yeah, it was a really boom bappy early on.
So when I was growing up, I had a few albums just on repeat in my car when I was listening to. When I was like high school age, I had the Get Rich or Die Trying album on repeat. I had the Eminem Show on repeat, and I had Pac's Greatest Hits on repeat. If you could pick like a couple albums that you had on repeat growing up.
Reasonable Doubt, Midnight Marauders, and what's not an album but the Jaw 3.
You had that locked up right there. It was good.
Gotcha.
So, because I think about it in my head, like them the 3 that I was spinning probably a lot.
So Midnight Marauders instead of Low End Theory?
I'm taking Midnight Marauders. It's like, you feel me, like it's a close one.
Right,
you know what I mean? But I'm taking Midnight Marauders personally.
Nice.
So you've come a long way from your 6-year-old bars, and you're playing some pretty big shows these days. What's your process like now as you know you are gaining your establishment as an artist, not only in the Chicago area but really branching out? Are you a studio rat? What environment gives you the best opportunity to create?
Technically, I'm a studio rat because my studio in my house.
Cool.
So like, I get up from my bed and go into the office every day.
And that's when you're working.
Yeah. So, but my creative process, I don't know. Like, everything's really planned out. So like, I don't really. It's not really like I'm able to make things happen on the fly or whatever. Like, I'm a natural born finesser.
That's the worst.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Pride myself. But in terms of like my own processes, like my albums or like even a lot of records, they're all pretty much really thought out. And I write all the time. So like, I write to no music, I write to music, I write to music that I'm gonna put on something else. Like,
when you're writing, are you writing things that you've experienced personally? Are you telling stories?
yeah. A lot of it's always either me or somebody around me or like me or something. Or even if I like dramatize a story or something, it has to be rooted in something that I can like directly relate to. Because I feel like as an artist, I hold myself to a standard that if I'm able to tell stories, I got to do it for people who can't do it, and also to to help myself for real.
And that's a great point. On that point too, one thing I always like to say is, like, as an artist, I feel it's our jobs to write things and portray things in a way and express ourselves, which is important because you got to express your self-love and get out what you're feeling, because we don't bottle things up, we take to the pen, but write it in a way so that your fans and your listeners and anyone listening to it can relate to on a universal level and bring it to their life. Would you feel that that's the same for the way that you create?
Yeah, I feel like it should be authentic, you know what I mean, just in how you do it. Because also, like, there are certain people I wouldn't really want to hear a story from or hear, like, like certain elements from. There's some people who make music for me to turn up to,
right?
And like, I want them to make, because that's also part of the experience.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I know me personally, I hold myself to a certain standard to be able to write these ideas, especially because I wasn't a storyteller originally. Like, I worked on that, you know what I mean? And then I, was able to kind of hone that gift and say, okay, well, if this is now a talent I have to use it.
Is that why you got the pencil right here? It's handy aesthetic?
There's a lot of reasons for the pencil, but we're gonna call it that.
So you mentioned you had the older brother taught you how to dress, kind of how to look. How'd that kind of impact you?
He was fly, dog. Like, I wanted to be like, I used to follow, like, so me and my older brother, so I have two older brothers. The one closest to me is 6 years apart. And, but I was attached to him by the hip. So like, anywhere he went, I went, and he used to know, like, any way he dressed, I used to steal his clothes, you know what I mean? Like,
even though he was 6, how you feel?
Hey, it's just like, oh wait, bro, everything big, you know what I mean? Like, what that mean? You know what I'm saying?
True.
But yeah, so I used to try to, really dress like him, and just like the way his swag, like the way he moved and stuff. So a lot of that kind of, even getting older and like coming into my own, he was always very much himself. You know what I mean? Like, I know he used to wear, like, when people was wearing like jerseys, he was one of the dudes, one of the only dudes like button-ups on and like all the other stuff, to going against the grain. But for me, that kind of just showed like I can be myself. So as I started coming into my own and like dressing how I want to and really being myself, like, I would remember like how Tune used to be, and I'd be like, yeah. Like,
who was his inspo?
Right. Who, him?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. He woke up like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, the man is fly.
So what is your personal style? So, like, if you could put your style in 3 words, like not a sentence, just 3 words, how would you describe it?
3 words. Okay, I got to use these very wisely. Subtle. I wear a lot of neutral colors. Neutral. I don't know if that counts. But
it's got a subtle neutral swag about him.
Yeah.
And I guess well kept.
Okay.
Like, at least clothes-wise, my hair be everywhere. But at least clothes-wise, it'd be pretty well kept. So I guess well kept is 2 words, but put a little dash.
No, we got you. We can make it work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So one of the things I like to do is we like to have this segment called Feeling This Fit.
Okay.
Right. So what we do is I kind of stalk you, creep out your IG, kind of get a vibe for you to kind of see what you got. And I really want to kind of ask you, like, what was you feeling when you put this fit on?
Okay.
All right. So we got 2. Right. So the first joint, we got this joint right here with you, with the Juggernaut headband, and the oversized coat, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of this old school Wu-Tang. Like, you definitely could have been in one of the Killer Bees, though, in this
I
joint.
definitely could.
Right?
I definitely was built for Cuban links.
Yeah, 100%. My crowd would have been proud. So what was you feeling when you put this fit on?
Warmth, first of all. But no, it was just, it's either I wear really like, I guess, fitted clothes or really big clothes. There's no in between. It's kind of wild. I gotta, you know, get that together. So that was one of those, like, man, like, I really felt like, you know, like a 90s movie. Like, I feel like I belonged in Belly or something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And,
So that goes back to DMX, Nas. So that
yeah,
was just all
no,
your
it's
info. So that's
all
why.
there. It's
That's
all
why.
there. You
All
feel
right.
me? I'm really sincere.
So you got like
I'm
the
just
ski goggles
darker.
too that you just gonna rock on the side?
You know what I'm saying? Damn near. You feel me? You know what I'm
Accessory.
saying?
Accessory.
Strictly
Fubu.
accessory, because I am not skiing.
Gotcha. Then we got this other one. This is kind of like your motto aesthetic. Team neutrals though, we go with the blues and the grays and the
Yeah,
pinks.
that's the you know, I will wear that anywhere outfit. That's so it's kind of like, damn, I'm up now. I should get dressed, and I got 10 minutes to get to a location I was supposed to be 15 minutes ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That artist life, always running behind.
On the move, baby.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So like, how does your style, with you being subtle and neutral, well kept, does that kind of transition to like your lyrics and your music? How does that kind of work out for you? Like, would you describe like those 3 words that they represent like your artistic process as well?
No, I think the music different.
Okay.
I think like, cause sometimes I'll be mad aggressive, like rapping, and like real descriptive and real like I'll be trying to be as vivid as possible. Like it'd be like a whole new person sometimes. And my music is a lot more open and like reflective and vulnerable. But like I feel like my like how I dress sometimes can be kind of reserved. Like I'm not really super flashy. I used to be really flashy when I was younger, and as I got older, I kind of like phased that out. But in the music though, like I'm super open and super vulnerable. So I think it's different.
It's good to hear you say that too, because the question I was going to ask you regarding music is, I was listening to Del Come to literally just last night. I was saying,
Yeah.
And you know, you start off with so much soul in that song "Lost." That's the one that's going to be on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be on
yeah,
Netflix
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Is that a spoiler? I don't know if that's a
No,
spoiler.
it's fine. It's
okay,
fine.
cool. Yeah, so that's coming out, and then you jump into the next song, "Bounce," and that one, you know, gets you up and gets you moving. That's more
Right.
more hype. Is there a style in your music that you prefer, or is it whatever you're kind of feeling at the moment?
It's whatever I'm really feeling at the moment. I try to not limit myself because people would try to limit you to like one box or what you can sound
Right.
like. Like even like producers you work with. So I usually tell producers like play the beat you don't want me to hear first.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like that's probably the one I'm gonna want. Because you probably already got in your head like, oh, this is what I heard from him. This is what I sound like. I didn't come for you for that. I came for you for a feeling.
something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Word.
yeah, I think
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I think I just kind of go with the flow now. Because when I was younger, I was really stuck in trying to make a certain type of music, and it's like, but then I kept getting comparisons to people or whatever, and it's like, I'm not them. You feel me? Like
You're
so,
you.
I'm me. So and me is multidimensional, and so should my music. I mean, it should be the same.
Do you ever worry that could, you know, a lot of times in music people say, well, what's his sound? Do you ever worry that could cloud that vision at all?
No, because my sound is rooted, one, in my voice. I have a very distinct voice,
Yeah.
which I've grown to like recently. And on top of that, like, I'm always telling my truth. You know what I mean? So I'm going to sound like me over anything. You know what I
Good.
mean? It'd be pencils in the table.
Good.
I'm going to sound like me. And that's what's the important thing is, like, people are so stuck on the sound being the sonics, when in actuality, like, the sound is the person.
artist.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Do you care more about the lyric and the point that you're trying to get across, or like the beat, or both?
I'm a big lyric guy. I always am gonna care a lot about the lyrics, but like if the beat not hot, nobody gonna want to listen. So
Yeah.
it's being
It's a
able
fact
to
of the
find,
matter.
being able, and even like playing with your cadences and your styles and like, you know, like your inflections and things of that sort. Like, it's just finding the way to get the message across. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but definitely I'm always a lyric guy first because, you know, I write all the time. So.
Yeah. Well, let's see how good you know your lyric.
Okay.
We have a segment called Name That Lyric.
Dear God. Okay, let's
And
get it.
so I'm going to name 3 lyrics,
We're gonna
and
test you.
then
Okay.
you could tell us what song it is and possibly the meaning behind it.
Okay, let's do it.
So the first one is, Mama focused on religion, trying to stop me from sinning, but I'm focused on the system, and I don't think she get it.
Empty bottle.
Ding,
Right
ding.
away.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
So you say Mama focused on religion, and then you jump to saying, but I don't think she get it.
So we grew up in a Muslim household. My mom like took us to mosque every Sunday. I can read the Quran. I can like read Arabic, like Islamic studies and all that other stuff. But I'm also a first generation Nigerian, and we grew up like, you know what I'm saying, like part of our life, how we grew up like was different. Like we was like me and my family, and me and my like the kids, we was really outside. You know what I mean? So like it's a constant culture clash. So it's like my mom would, you know, she'll pray for me and make sure I'm straight, but like outside is a lot different than what it is in the house. So I guess that's kind of where that's rooted in.
Word. And then the second one, as long as I'm not sporadically adding cash to my balance, I'd rather just let it out like Badly's. Plus, I'm trying to get rich off a mixtape, and I Sandusky beats. Well, that's what my
Penn State's murder. That's crazy. I haven't even played that song. That's a hey. I gotta go listen to that.
This is actually when I was looking up this lyric. It's like so much. It's layered. Like you're like mentioning two different things. Matter of fact, probably three different things. So like, talk to us about that. I know you're trying to be funny by mentioning Badly's, but you also mentioned Sandusky.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was on the way up to Penn State for school when I wrote that lyric, and that's where it came from. But yeah, no, I try to like, I really like the whole like super unnecessarily extended metaphor, or like when like the wordplay where it keep going and it leads to something else. So that's kind of where that came from. I think I probably seen a Bally's commercial or something that day. And you feel me? You gotta just let it fly from there. But that's crazy. That was.
It's like an equation to get there.
Yeah. It's like how long. I really try to figure out how long can I keep up a rhyme scheme, or how long can I like keep this wordplay up. So I like use the last word or use the last letter. How can I make like all of these bars connect to each other in one rhyme? So.
And then where you're gonna take it from.
Right. There. Exactly. So
you said Penn State. Was you gonna go to school there?
I went to Penn State my freshman year of college.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. It was lit.
And then you think I'm
brought it
over
back
this?
home.
Then I brought it back home. I went to DePaul, so I ended up graduating from DePaul University.
Gotcha. Yeah, State College it's nice, but it's like out there. It's
Right, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's different rules. You know what I mean? But it was fun. I was able to go back up and do shows and stuff there, and I got like some friends that I'll probably have forever.
So is it surreal now? Have you been back? So you've been back now doing shows. Is it different now going back as like the person you are now versus when you was walking around just trying to figure out what your life is gonna be, let alone even music?
Yeah, it's different because.
Got the buzz.
Freshman year was we was different. Like yeah, it's different.
Is there a moment or a show though that you can look back on today that was like, wow, that was nuts, or wow, that was a moment?
There was a show in high school that we did. It was at this spot called Treasure Hunters. It's like this random venue in Chicago Heights, Illinois. It was me. I think it was me, Ohana Bam, Dreezy, I think Alex Wiley, and somebody else, right? That was supposed to be there, but it wasn't promoted that well, so like it was dumb empty. Like wasn't nobody there.
That's crazy.
And a lot of people like, all right, we're not gonna perform, and me and my homies still like went on stage and performed. It's like 3-4 people, right? And like literally it was like nobody out there except for the people we brought, right? And that was a wild moment because it's like in that time I was like popping at my high school or whatever, so I'm like, oh, okay, you know, this is cool. And it was a very humbling, reassuring time. And I think it's moments like that I appreciate just as much as the really big moments, because it's like, you still got so much to do, or you still like humble you, like you
makes
not
you appreciate the process,
right? You not. So that's why like you can ask me. I don't really get super excited over much. You know what I mean? So because I know. You know what I mean? At any moment, things can change, and there's always more work to do. So that was a wild moment for me, because I'm thinking, oh, it's about to be cracking, and
especially
it wasn't.
The headlines,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Right, but
That's music, man.
But regardless, like, you know, everybody deserves a show, whether it's 4 people or 4,000. So
let's fast forward, and I love that mentality. What you said, that 4,000. Your job is as an artist is you put on a show, and you play a show for however many people are there. So that's exactly what you want to hear out of an artist, and I'm sure your fans who are going to watch this are going to feel the same way and love to hear that. So let's fast forward to present day, because you got a lot going on. You know, you got a couple shows coming out. You're playing Lyrical Lemonade Summer Smash, and that is a loaded lineup this year.
yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It's going to be awesome, and you got another pretty big show coming up as well. You want to tell us about that one?
Yeah, man, we're doing this Most Def show. Well, Yasin
One more
Bey.
time. What are you playing with?
Yasin Bey, please. Yeah. Please. So that's gonna be fun. I'm pretty excited about that because, you know, I watch Brown Sugar. No, but I think it's really dope just to see somebody of that caliber, you know what I mean? Like, and that's especially like it's a rare moment. Like, you know, when's the last time you've heard of a, you know, Yasin Bey concert?
Right.
I mean, he wasn't even allowed in the country for,
Right.
you know, a certain amount of time. So
Yeah. My favorite
special.
all-time song, like, of all time is Umi Says. Like, that is my number one
really,
song.
it's mathematics for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Mathematics is a great jack. Yeah, so
Mathematics
he,
is a
he
great
got
jam.
bangers, man.
I feel like y'all kind of like the same vibe, you know?
Yeah, I can see
Like-
that too.
Very
Yeah.
low-key.
I really hope we're friends. You know what I mean? I would love to be friends with Yasin Bey. Like,
Right.
I feel like that'd be.
Well, you got a good step towards doing that, you know, coming up with the show.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be cool. So I'm interested to see what he looks like live, like what that feels
Yeah.
like.
You're gonna be in like in brown sugar all over again.
No, for real. You feel me? I got the Tay Diggs turtleneck.
You
on.
ready?
I'm in the game right now. You know what I mean?
Right, ready to go. Ready to go.
So, like I said, you got all this stuff coming up, and do you ever have time when you shut off, or do you shut off? Because I know a lot of artists are always wired, and you're always moving. Your brain is always moving.
Yeah.
Do you have, when you shut off for yourself, is there something that people don't know about you that they should know?
Do I shut off? No, I don't shut off. I don't shut off for real. I be trying to, but I work better with stuff going on. I'm not really.
Brain's
I
always
get
moving.
antsy when I have nothing to do. Like,
I
I'm
can
really-
relate.
Same.
Like
Yeah,
I think
I'm
we
the
had a
same way.
show. We had a show in like Ohio one day, and we got there a day early, and I left my recording set up, and I was like after like 30 minutes, I couldn't even like I can't really binge watch shows because after like an hour I need something to do. I started doing
Yeah.
my taxes like. Like I need
He's
something
like
to do.
Nessa
like-
making the van.
So
You
right,
gonna do your taxes next?
you gonna so you gonna do your taxes
Not
next?
even April. I'm
So you
planning
going
for next
so you going to do your taxes?
Yeah,
So I always do something, but outside of like music, I dive myself into a lot of science literature. I guess that's like something that's different or to unwind. I guess, or I read, but like even then, like it's scheduled. I got to read a chapter a day, or I got to do this or whatever.
Right.
I don't really take breaks too much.
That probably helps you with your writing too.
Yeah, I like good writing, period. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People assume that, like, people forget that, like, stories, movie, everything is writing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
if you can get, and the best writing is the most composed writing and the most, complete writing or whatever's the smallest, like, in order to tell you in school, like, no fluff, just, write what you're supposed to. So I try to read as much, like, forms of writing as possible. So, yeah. But I don't consider that unwinding because I'm really just studying whoever's writing.
True.
Right.
Good point.
If you could link up with one artist today,
Missy Elliott.
really,
Dope.
Not a question.
literally spot out of nowhere.
Not a question.
Timberland included or just Missy?
Missy Elliott.
All right.
Why
Without
Missy?
it, because she can sing, rap, produce, engineer, dance,
Dress.
dress.
She is the full package.
She's literally, if not the most creative person in the past 25 years, then top 3. And she doesn't get enough credit. And I feel like she'll bring something out of me that I probably wouldn't have. Missy Elliott, without a doubt. I mean, obviously,
I'm
like
glad you had
Missy,
that on.
you hear that?
Yeah.
Missy, there you go.
Yeah, without a
Missy
question.
collab
Like,
right there.
with, like the first person, like obviously, like Hove is a dream collab, Kendrick, Nas, other people, but the first person, if you give me like first pick in the draft, Missy Elliott.
What you think
Wow,
about
that's
her
a
and the Lizzo collab?
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I think it's beautiful. I think even just like what Missy stood for so early on in her career, and to see like Lizzo like becoming kind of like a child of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's fire.
She just
Like,
kind of
Yeah.
carried that out.
you know what I mean? So it's like I'm with it. I'm with it 100%. Shout out Lizzo, and obviously Missy Elliott. But yeah, off back.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, so we like to have a little fun here at the end of the show.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions,
Okay.
top of mind. And you already actually oddly answered a couple of these throughout the show, so we know the answers.
okay.
But tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
East Coast, West Coast?
Chicago.
Respect. Scooby or Snoopy?
Scooby.
Outkast or Wu-Tang?
Outcast.
College hoops or pro?
College.
Same. Who's your squad?
It varies on the year. I was like good basketball.
Not Penn State?
Nah, not Penn. I mean, I root for Penn State when they play, but I think college basketball is just more. It's like people are aggressive. You're not playing for no money, unfortunately. Hopefully they change that soon.
Yeah.
For real.
But you know what I mean. But it's all heart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Shout out
college.
to my Jayhawks, Rock Chalk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chips
You
and
wanna
guac or cheese fries?
go? Cheese fries. I don't like guacamole.
You.
Okay. Before we finish, if there's one last thing that you want to give our viewers and your fans, a final taste of Femdot, something you want people to know, what advice you would give?
Advice. you gotta, I guess, I don't know, keep going. I don't know, like, you gotta focus on what you, like, control the controllables. The things that are out your hand, let them be out your hand, but try to control everything else. But understand that a lot of things, you know, aren't in your hand and aren't in your hands, and faith without, like, faith is nothing if you know, don't do the work for yourself. So do the work and then let faith work itself out. So, and we at the birthday party, you know what's going on, man. We live, you feel me?
Man, we've been blessed to have a few guests on this show now, and I gotta say I've enjoyed every second of this and getting to know you.
Thank you.
You're a true talent here in Chicago, and I'm really excited to see your process and how you continue to grow and the great things you're going to do in these next few years. So keep at that, and thank you so much for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
As always, I'm the Kid Phrase.
It's whatever.
Jasmine Janine.
And this has been a very, very, very great taste of Femdot.
Gas low but broke, gas with him if you tryna blow some. Said I'm riding where else dirty, so I'm getting little with patrol coming. Don't speak, we don't know nothing. Free smoke, we a roll something. I need cash money like I was Pimp Daddy. Came in the game the same age as Shrimp Daddy. Beat him like his daddy. I ain't scared of name, nigga, you would think I was Trick Daddy. Got this 06 wrist, damn near get the 10 set it. And the speaker sound like this Bin Laden. No man, it's dealer back. Call the color, Similac, flip a stack, get a stack, lose one, get it back. Please don't get attacked. Told shorty, please don't get attacked. Hopped out the cam like a lamp. So who off the bam, just got out the jam.